One of the most challenging things about owning or operating a business is having employees. This is probably why so many small business owners misclassify employees as contractors to avoid having to deal with the rules and regulations that come along with having W-2 employees. But if you're looking for resources on how to stay compliant, we have a few tips. My name is Christina Hagany, president of Valor Payroll Solutions, and we help small business owners with their payroll. So, when it comes to payroll, there are so many rules and regulations that go into payroll that you honestly wouldn't even believe it. And it's funny to me because oftentimes people think of payroll as being the easy part of the finance world or HR. You have accountants and you have HR and then you have payroll. But each state has its own rules. Cities, states, and localities can have their own rules. The federal government has their own rules. And these rules are constantly changing and new rules are constantly being added. So if you're a small business owner with employees and you're looking for ways to stay ahead of the game, here's a few ways that you can do that. Number one is to subscribe to white papers or publications. So this can be things like the IRS options, which can be not only payroll, but other things related to business, income tax, business taxes. You can go on and subscribe to their newsletter and pick and choose the things that are relevant to you and your business. This will keep you informed of any changes when it comes to the federal laws. Then, in each state where you have employees, go to the tax agency's website. There you can find forms and publications, but there's also usually a newsletter that you can subscribe to where they will send you information about upcoming changes. This can be for all sorts of things. For example, Kentucky is rolling out a new portal for Department of Revenue. You can also get notified when there's new state mandates for paid family medical leave or sick leave. But it's a good idea not only to subscribe to the IRS for federal purposes, but also to go find your state-specific tax agencies and subscribe to those as well. When it comes to the tax agencies, usually withholding or income tax is going to be under a Department of Revenue, and unemployment tax is usually going to be under something called such and such Department of Labor. Not always the case. Like you have Washington with a Department of Revenue and a state with no income tax. And for California, you just have EDD, which encompasses withholding and unemployment and state disability insurance. But if you search online, you should be able to pretty easily find those tax agencies, subscribe, and then there you go. Another great option is SHRM, Society for Human Resource Management, and this is an HR-related publication, although I do think that you have to be a member to receive their newsletter. But HR encompasses most, if not all, payroll rules relating to overtime, final checks, you name it. That's usually an overlap between HR and payroll. So SHRM is a great resource as well, and one that we also use often. Another way that you can find information is go to our website. We have a full free learning center. You don't even have to enter your email address to access it, but there you'll find individual state handbooks, which will walk you through everything relevant to having an employee in that state, like minimum wage, how often you have to pay employees, where to register for your tax accounts, and many other resources. Again, this is completely free. You don't even have to enter an email address to access it. We also have cheat sheets available, and of course, our YouTube channel where we have tons of content. And then thirdly, if you do use a payroll service provider, usually they have a publication as well that you can subscribe to or a website to go to for more resources, much like we have. But at the end of the day, we are here to help you on your journey, and you're here to do what you do best, which is your craft, not payroll, and that's where we come in. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate, drop them below or find us online at valorpayrollsolutions.com. That's also where you can find all those free resources, so feel free to check it out and let us know what you think.